Hey there, folks. Santee at the Arizona Ghost Riders. I'm flanked by Dave Rogers and Bruce Douglas. Today we're celebrating the 150th anniversary of some famous, iconic firearms and their cartridges that won the West. What do you think? Should we get to shooting?
I think we should.
All right. A couple of months ago, I received a special package from another YouTuber and friend, the Wild Snapper. He buys antique firearms, makes any repairs, then cleans them up so we can all enjoy shooting the classics. Well, he sent me a first-generation Colt single-action Army produced in 1880 for the military. Ended up back at the factory where it was cut down, nickeled, and sold as surplus to an old Westian in Utah. The only nickel left is under the ejector housing. It's a fantastic piece. You may also remember another friend lent me an original Trapdoor Springfield chambered in 4570 that I did a video on a couple of months ago. That would be Bruce, and it was time to hand it back.
Black powder single action that would be the same style and kind of gun that was issued in 1873 when these were first introduced.
Okay.
So this is a very close reproduction of what the military got that year and in years to come.
Dave Twigg, one of the most knowledgeable historians I know on Old West firearms and their ammunition, suggested we all do a 150th anniversary episode since both those guns were released in 1873. In fact, Dave added a Winchester 73 repeater to the mix, and we met up for a morning of shooting them all. We were all excited because former Deputy Twigg loaded a bunch of cartridges in their original specs for us to shoot. Fitting, don't you agree? So the ammunition that we just put into the original 1881 Colt is what again?
It's the 1874 version of the 45 Colt that Ordnance went to after there were too many complaints because of the original 40 grain black powder load.
Right.
For people that were used to percussion revolvers, which almost all the Army was at that point, its recoil was significantly more.
Okay.
And it made shooting difficult and unpleasant in some cases.
Was the Schofield round?
No, we haven't got to the Schofield yet. This is the 1874 round.
Sorry. Keep going. I'll cut that out.
The 1874 round, they reduced the powder charge from 40 grains to 30 grains. And they reduced the bullet weight from 255 to 250. So it was a little easier on the troops, and they liked it better.
Santee, the caretaker of two iconic antique guns that I have to give back after pulling their triggers a few times. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
1874 45 Colt load, which was 30 grains of powder under a 250 grain bullet.
Okay.
And that's what I brought for you to shoot in your original gun, so that we don't beat it up.
Well, it doesn't belong to me, so we better be nice to it. Right?
Yes, exactly, exactly.
If you've ever handled an original Colt single action, one of the first things you'll notice is that the hammer spring is really heavy. Which one's heavier?
The original, definitely.
Yeah, it makes a difference, right?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, jeez.
But as tight as it is, action's really smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Man, that's crazy. Much heavier than today's reproductions. We discussed how one could fan a gun like this and determined it couldn't have been very popular. Although we were all experienced shooters, the struggle to stay on target with all the black powder smoke was evident. I can imagine how stressful it was back in 1876, shooting a trapdoor at advancing Lakota warriors intent on doing you harm in a thick cloud of smoke. I did? Yeah, I didn't hear it. Twigg wanted us all to experience what it would have been like across a card table having to dispatch an hombre. That was the most fun of the day for me. The heavy hammer coupled with the adrenaline, recoil, and the smoke was really sobering. Not that I was drunk or anything. historian Dave Rogers brought out his flintlock and his Colt Lightning just for fun. There you go. Yeah. All right, that's it. You're fired. Got it.
Nice. That was center.
You knocked it over. We wrapped up the day with some tacos. These were so good I could have eaten about 5 more.
It's raining tacos.
Enormous thanks to Bruce Douglas, Dave Rogers, and Dave Twigg, who helped make this an educational and fun-filled day. In a future episode, I intend to go in-depth about the other challenges our Old Westian gunslingers had to face, so stick around for that. Well, folks, it was sure a lot of fun. Before we go, I want to give a big, huge thanks to Eddie Kinberger from the Cowboy Posse in the Midwest of America for sending me this wonderful badge. Wow, that is pretty darn cool, I'm telling you right now. Thank you so much. As always, please like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you on down the trail. I'm flanked by Dave Rogers and Bruce Douglas. Today we're gonna what was it I was supposed to say? Today is
something about a colonoscopy.
Something about a colonoscopy. It's the 150th anniversary
Of three iconic
And
firearms
cartridges.
and cartridges. Let's get, and we're gonna shoot them. Yeah, okay. By the way, big thanks, big shout out to Eddie. God, what is with the noise? What do you think? Should we get to shooting?
I think we should.
All right.
Should have done the Charlie's Angels.